Now we're in the game. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. Starting in the bottom right from Team My Insanity, the Blue Terran, it is jjakji. With 2 J's. And in the bottom left, we have from Team Azubu, the Red Zerg, it is Symbol. All right, so Newkirk Precinct. How do you feel about this map? I've gotten pretty mixed reviews from all the Zergs and Terrans this weekend. Like, yeah, I think it's even. I think Zerg likes it. I think Terran likes it.
It's decent Muddling Baneling against Marine Widowmine. But jjakji could try mech, which is weird, but I think it could work on this map, honestly.
Oh, a lower ground barracks. Oh yeah, mech. We have seen it a couple times this tournament as well. To not much success, honestly.
Yeah, I know some people have been practicing. I know some Terrans have been practicing going mech. You just play super defensive, get 3-3 as fast as you can, and then switch right into air. And don't really attack before then, except for harass with Hellbat jobs or lots of Blue Flame Hellions, that sort of thing.
And with this kind of wall off with the barracks here, that could be a possibility as well. That used to be very popular way to transition to mech. Just be able to wall off as soon as you can, starting with the barracks.
Looks like a Reaper opening for now.
Yep.
Yeah, 12 gas normally indicates Reaper indeed. Against Reaper, what's the difference? How does the game play out different between Reaper and Command Center first?
Reaper, you have to play a lot more defensive. The Hellions come faster, the Banshee also comes faster. So some people like going roaches or even getting a 5th and 6th queen if you don't.
You can never have enough queens.
Other than that, it's pretty similar. A lot of Zergs open Sweetling just to try and fight Reaper easier.
What do you prefer playing against yourself? Or you don't want to share this valuable information on stream?
I prefer playing against Command Center first, especially if you Drone Scout. Drone Scout's good against Command Center first, but it doesn't do anything against Reaper.
Alright.
Yeah, well, definitely will have to come into play. jjakji finishes up his first Reaper, goes for a second one. We've been seeing some Terran players cut the second Reaper because they feel like sometimes they can't do anything, but I still feel like the second Reaper is a good choice if you can catch some drones transferring between.
And also, if Zerg makes some Zerglings at the natural and try and send them to cancel the Command Center or stop it from, kill the SCV, stop it from building, it's nice to have the second Reaper to stop that.
Yeah, it's always nice to have 2. Buddy system is how they like to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now the drones, well, they kind of get caught, but this is pretty standard micro. Ooh, does manage to pick off 1, which is really nice.
Yeah, this is a bit odd. Normally you don't see Zergs losing them, because it's very easy to dodge it by building a Spore or just going into its extractor.
It's surprising to lose 1. Nowadays, at least.
Don't you think that if like a Zergling is chasing a Reaper, that it should take some flame damage? It's like, it's just as long as like a Hellion spike.
No.
Look at that.
Please don't.
Yeah. Obviously not for balance-wise. But I'm just talking about logically.
Imagine Reaper drops,
sense.
like 4 Reapers running through your drone line, burning them.
Imagine if dumping creep on buildings destroyed them.
Yes. But hypothetically speaking too, units moving on creep as the enemy should also move slower, right?
Yeah.
Logically speaking.
I'd get behind that.
Then you might be able to catch these little slippery fuckers.
Alright, we actually do see a 3rd Command Center going down for jjakji. Am I saying this correctly? jjakji?
Yeah,
jjakji.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. No second refinery. I think normally the second refinery would start at the same time as the starport if we would see Banshees.
Yeah, if we're seeing Banshees or even cloaked Banshees, but it looks like just a normal build.
Yeah, it's a very it's just pretty straightforward from this point on. Now, Symbol is taking a third at the standard time as well, 6 minutes. So pretty passive openings. Nothing more will be committed other than early pokes, and that's pretty good. I mean, I think Symbol wants a chance to play late game because he's very good at multitasking and being able to push the limits. We saw in his series against Tasia, when he can get to the late game and have a lot of mobility in his army, he can do some really cool stuff. He's even been dropping Nidus plays. Did you see that at all?
I haven't, actually.
So what he would do is like use Muddling Baneling and then try to distract him while doing an engagement, and then drop a Nidus in the main base and have like a few Ultras and a Zerglings attack the production, and then keep harassing with Mutas. It was actually really neat.
Symbol should counterattack with these 5 Zerglings, yes. At this point, jjakji will only have 1 or 2 Marines, and he has to retreat with the Hellions and the Reaper at this point. Nice. He might kill an SCV or 2 as well. But it's nice to get the Hellions off your side of the map.
Oh, wow. This is very good game sense by Symbol, actually, running away 2 seconds before the Hellions come
He has an Overlord right in position to see.
Okay, so it wasn't game sense.
So good eyesight by Symbol to recognize
Good
it
planning ahead.
He isn't blind. Good.
Yes. At least Symbol now also has a good idea of what to expect in the early poke, and is now spreading his creep accordingly. How many queens does he have? Only 3 queens.
He's getting 2 more, so he'll have 5 soon. It's nice to have that against Hellion Reaper.
Yeah, absolutely.
You definitely want transfuses because it's hard to stop damage, a lot of damage from coming on your queens. If they put the Reapers in front, they just heal, and your queens don't heal as fast as Reapers.
Well, now Symbol's starting to transfer, hopefully be okay, but jjakji is really not committing. He's playing super safe. And normally we usually see jjakji be really aggressive. That's kind of his MO as a Terran player, but instead he's being very safe this game number 2. Interesting.
He did land this 3rd command center very early. I think normally you would see it land a bit later now. Or is it safe?
That's quite early.
8:30.
But he's scouting very well with these Reapers. He doesn't see any Bathing Nest or anything. He sees 2 Evos, so he knows he's safe.
Yeah, double eBay going down for jjakji as well. So very safe play. Few more Rexes being added. So getting his production up to par with the 3 hatches of Symbol. Symbol still spreading creep like a madman. And it's starting to look quite okay.
Yep.
Didn't completely bridge his natural to his 3rd, so he could use 1 more tumor there because now the queens will be a bit slow there. It seems very fine.
Once you see the Evos, actually, you don't expect anyone to attack until the upgrades will finish, which is almost 3 minutes later. So if you scout 2 Evos, unless they're faking you, it mostly means there's no attack for a long time. So you're safe to just like take your 3rd super early like you did there.
It's also very nice to stay a little bit above or a little ahead of Terran upgrades because jjakji started his double base kind of late relative to, well, he grabbed it a much earlier 3rd in response, but his later upgrades means more window of time if he wants to be able to push back anything.
It's very hard to fight Mutiling mainly against Marine Widowmine if you have less upgrades in them. That's why once Terran 3/3 comes, you're pretty much dead unless you have Hive almost done and you're about to get your upgrades yourself.
Yeah, or you get like a magical Baneling detonation that just
like you usually see games where it's back and forth for like 5-10 minutes, and then suddenly Terran gets 3 upgrades and they just win in like 2 minutes later.
Yep. And we've seen that actually quite often on this map specifically, considering it's very easy tug of war. Even before the expansion of the map to the southern parts of Newkirk Precinct, we had that big fight over the middle, especially as creep starts to push over to the other side.
And if Zerg takes that forward 4th base, then Terran, it's really easy for Terran to just keep attacking that spot. It's very close in between the Terran 3rd and the Zerg 4th.
How much is jjakji really going to commit to this? A 1-1 timing?
I think he just wants to clean out some creep, and if there's a 4th base, he would like to cancel it, but this is not the case. So
wow, picking off all the Banelings too.
This is like a standard attack Terran, so almost every game after this opening, but for some reason, Symbol wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
He might just die here, which is surprising.
I really didn't know if Josh was going to commit to it, but instead he's managed to take off almost every single Baneling, and there's nothing really... Oh no, the Spire's right there. He's going to pick it off as well. This is terrible news for Symbol, and now he's going to lose almost all of his economy at the natural. Wow, this is extremely good for jjakji, considering that I don't think he was planning to do this much damage.
Yeah, this is just standard push to clean creep, but like, he's almost doing game-ending damage, delaying the mutas this long, and preventing that much economy. His drops will not be able to be stopped later. And
it's not even going to stop. He's continuing to kill.
Yeah, there's a double drop heading to the main base as well, so nice picking up those units. Gonna try to kill a few more drones. I think he will have to pick up because there's Lynx already and 2 more queens. But those 2 medevacs in the main base will be able to do a lot of damage.
Symbol's in such bad shape. All of his units are at the 30. He has to pull from the main. And now jjakji can target the Spire once again, if he so desires, or not.
He's actually going for drones, and if he gets in a better position, might be able to kill a few more Lynx, but Banelings rolling in will be able to clean this up properly. However, Symbol is behind 37 supply right now, even in upgrades, and he doesn't have any mutas out. If you take a look at the work account, it's 74 against 71.
Yeah.
So jjakji in a great position overall.
It's really tight. I mean, I like what jjakji's doing. This is kind of what we've come to expect. Lots of aggression, back and forth, pinging and prodding as much as he can on Symbol. Symbol doesn't really have enough room to even make the mules right now, since she's using all of her larvae on Zerglings, trying to replenish her queen count, and her mineral count is really low as a result.
So from now on, it looks like jjakji is just going to continuously push, get an early 4th base earlier than usual. He has so many SCVs, and he's also ahead, so it's completely safe to do so. And it'll be really hard for Symbol to respond. He might not have time to get a hive at this point, and once Terran gets 3/3, it'll be very hard for him to deal with it.
Oh, that's cute. I like that he's repairing his medevacs. Not a lot of Terrans do that.
Yeah, it's really cheap, and it's good.
It is cheap. It's like 25 minerals, 25 gas, right? Oh, wait. It's
yeah.
25% of what it is, right?
Yeah, so that's 25, 25.
Yeah, okay. Ah, yeah. See, I shouldn't doubt myself so much. Thank you, Scarlett.
Symbol is going to spot this drop. His first 14 mutas will be popping very soon. So he will be able to clean this up, I feel like. He has a few banelings at his third base as well. No fourth base going down for him yet. Instead opting to get a third hatchery, or a fourth hatchery at his third.
I mean, she just needs production. Normally by now, Zerg would be close to max and be able to match the strength of Terran. And that's kind of where Terran, and this is kind of like where the tug of war begins. But instead, this Symbol is just struggling to get anything. In fact, Symbol supply blocked, which is even more bad news if you want to produce anything.
Yeah, and Symbol is going for a little bit of a base trade, or he wants to do a Baneling Zergling run by. He doesn't have a lot of stuff at home though. He needs to get really good Baneling hits to be able to clean this up. In the meantime, rolling in with Lings, Banelings, Mutas in the main base, so the Banelings are going for the third base. He will be able to pick up a lot of SCVs, I feel like. Bit of a late response by jjakji. Mutas at the same time in the main base trying to pick up some reactors and a tech lab, but that didn't work out. Supply is getting closer and closer, but it feels like Symbol just doesn't have enough at home.
I liked what jjakji did as well. Picked up his Widow Mines, unburrowed them to make sure that they would not detonate and friendly fire on his Marines. And now Symbol's gonna lose his Baning Nest, so he has to win pretty much with this army right here. Widow Mines are spread out pretty nicely. Detonations haven't been landing exactly how he wants to. And now jjakji would push back, but Symbol still has suffered a considerable amount of damage.
Yeah, but so has jjakji. He lost a lot of workers, around 20.
Oh, this is really nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Symbol's getting a lot of free units here, killing off those medevacs, and those Marines aren't doing a lot of damage.
That was like 8 medevacs, right?
2 or 3 now?
That's really good for Symbol. The one thing is, he doesn't have Overseer, and there's like 5 Widow Mines at the front of his natural that he's not going to be able to kill. So a lot of his units will just die randomly.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That is brutal. Yeah, Symbol is now caught onto it. And
he's dealing with them pretty well.
Yeah. But man, that is annoying because Symbol really has to kind of piece it together. And now jjakji is using that time to secure a 4th base. That's something you don't see all the time. 18 minutes and Terran's up a base.
Yeah, but he only has 45 SCV, so he won't be able to use it that much except for the mules.
But he's got mules, Hearthstone.
He does have
He's
mules.
got mules.
I'm surprised he didn't start 3-3 yet. This is the one big advantage you have over Zerg, is that you can start 3-3 if you have an armory, and Zerg needs to get to Hive. So yeah, I would like to see that, because after that it gets very hard, like Scarlett mentioned earlier.
The word you're looking for is dicey.
Dicey.
You're welcome, Hearthstone.
Hashtag dicey.
Yes. No hashtag needed.
And there it is.
Dicey is self-explanatory.
It takes about 4 minutes to research, just a bit less.
Oh man, and the Widow Mines are going to explode everywhere. Some friendly fire as well. jjakji's going to split off Crete, which is exactly what he wants. GG. Game 2 goes to jjakji.